at the end of quali. Collins with a 1:28.4 improves even more, and he is going to be the man on pole position for the maiden race of season 6, ladies and gentlemen, in Extinguished Motorsports here in Singapore. Collins takes pole position in qualifying. Next up, the 50% race, but what a qualifying session from Collins. And after that performance, we are expecting an absolutely brilliant race from him today. So hopefully that can be what we get. But there we go then, everybody. That is the qualifying session complete for Singapore. Collins on pole by 3.5 tenths here in Singapore. It is Passy second place, the two-time champion, trying to fight back, but at the moment he's been absolutely outdone by Collins there. Fatality, third, Ollie Jelly, 4, Red in 5, Lee Q, 6, Speed Freak, 7, Andrew Pittsmith, 8, Dom Pedrito, 9, and Percival rounds off the top 10. Then it's Stray Dog, 11. We watch from the front of the grid then for the first round of Extinguished Motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, in season 6. The lights build up to 5 here in Singapore. Held for a long time, and it's lights out, and away we go for the first round of the season. Collins off the line absolutely brilliantly. Hardly any wheel spin there, but up the inside line goes Passy to try and challenge him early stages. It's going to be Ollie Jelly behind, then sticking his car up the inside line. Fatality trying to stick it around the outside, but he gets pushed out wide now. And Speed Freak is going to try and stick it around the outside. He can't make a move at the moment. He stays behind. Fatality slips through to 4, holds his position in the early stages. Lap 1 of 31. Collins with an absolutely supreme start today. Passy second place. He's going to try and challenge him, but Collins still holding on to the P1 with a firm grasp, but we'll see if that changes. 30 laps to come after this one. Collins 1, Passy 2, Ollie Jelly in 3, just dropped back a little bit there. Fatality 4, Red in 5, 6, Speed Freak 7, Pittsmith, Dom Pedrito comes in 8 then. It's Percival 9, Lee Q 10, St. Power in 11. Pepe's then looking for a move up the inside there, but can't do it right now in 12. And Stray Dog Racing with not a too good start for him at all. He just dropped back the order in the early stages. 2 places he's lost already on the race start. Pepe's retires, everybody. First retiree of the session, and the virtual safety car gets deployed. No safety car this time around, but it is the virtual, as Pepe's has retired on the first round of the season. Contact there as well on Lee Q and Percival, ladies and gentlemen. Contact in the early stages. First bit of contact with Saw, and he'll be lucky to not have any damage there. We'll have to see. End plate looks quite intact. The Aston Martin did come into contact there with the Mercedes. Into the final corner, the Mercedes up the inside to try and make a move. Speed Freak with a penalty at the same time, but Red never mind, it's his teammate Andrew Pittsmith up the inside line. He's going to move up to P6, forcing the RB off the track. He rejoins them with the Ghost Sim, but the Alpine goes around, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? The Alpine goes around in the main Grand Prix. Lap 5 of 31. Dom Pedrito spins the car around, gets it back on the track, but he loses countless positions. Darting past St. Power now, as it is the Red Bull of St. Power. Loads of wing damage there, everybody, on the 6th lap. St. Power in the Red Bull loses his wing as he hits the wall in the early stages. The 6th lap, the Red Bull, the second time we've seen the Red Bull spin around today. Q flies past him into 7. Fatality just behind, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try and make a move in the RB up the inside line. Will it be a move for him here on the 9th lap of 31? An absolutely brilliant dive, and he's through to 7th position. Fatality, absolutely brilliant from him. He moves into 7th position this afternoon. Keeping himself on the track though, just about on the 14th lap. Oh, contact. The Alpine of Dom Pedrito finds the wall again, and for the second time today he hits the barrier and now retires from the session. Dom Pedrito adding more wing damage to that Alpine. He just says, I've had enough, and retires from the first round of the season. That'll be it then, ladies and gentlemen, for Don Pedrito. So what's going on here then? For the first time, it's going to be Passy around the outside line, ladies and gentlemen, for the race lead. And in 15 laps, this is the first time we get to see it. The battle for the lead. He has to concede. Passy, though, that is the most we've seen him do on the race leader. This is getting very exciting indeed. Yellow flags then. Somebody's gone round it. It's going to be the RB, of Fatality. Finds the wall now. As he brings himself back on. What is going on here then in this race here? Rain is upon us, and in the pit lane is Collins. I assume for the wet weather it is the intermediates. Red 44 with a 3-second time penalty. And just adding to that tally. There's pit stops coming in now then. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the drivers as they make their pit stops for the wet weather, which has came out now, ladies and gents. Wet weather is upon us, and everybody deciding to go on the intermediate tyres now as they enter the pit lane to get on the new tyres, which are going to be better suited, of course, for the rain. So that is going to be perfect. And Drew Passy staying out, that has cost him a lot of time. A lot of time indeed. He's now down to 3. Ollie Jelly makes a move. Even the McLaren might get through here. The McLaren does get through on the exit of the pit lane, everybody. On lap 17, Passy with the bad call there. Pits a lap late. And now he comes out in 4th position. That is really not ideal at all. We have lost Saint Power. Retiring from the session, and a safety car deployed again for the 2nd time in this race, ladies and gentlemen. For the 2nd time, a full safety car is out, unfortunately, on the 18th lap of 31, which is such a shame. As Collins was on pole position by 3.5 tenths, and he leads. He hasn't even lost the race lead once, I don't think. He has had a sensational race. And the fastest lap is Collins as well. So if I am absolutely right, Collins might be going on for the Grand Slam here. He might just be on for the Grand Slam. Yellow flags in the final few corners. It's going to be fatality spinning round again, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a shame. This man not had the best of races today, but he brings himself into the pit lane and is looking like he might just retire at the end of the race. Don't know why. He could carry on and get points, but unless it's never mind. I'll take all my words back. This man's got a puncture. He's got a puncture on the right rear. He brings himself back into the pit lane, just crawling round. Then, ladies and gentlemen, after a long 30 laps, we're on the final one of this long race here in Singapore. We had a bright and sunny weather. Well, it wasn't sunny at all, was it? We were under the bright lights. But bright weather, you know, under the lights, with fatality with a 3-second penalty. And it was decent stuff. Very, very dry until about halfway through. Then the rain started pouring. We had a bit of a different race then on our hands. Throwing a spanner in the works a little bit. But there's one man that has really just shone above the rest, everybody. This man of Collins, who in this scarlet red Ferrari with, of course, the tints of white, he has driven it like it is meant to be driven today. And it has been absolutely brilliant to watch this man do so in that Ferrari. Leading by 2.3 seconds here in the streets of Singapore. And to kickstart this season off, it couldn't have been a better one for him. It has been a complete Grand Slam for him today. I believe a Grand Slam. He has been on pole position. He has took the fastest lap. He has led every lap of the Grand Prix. And today, it looks like he's going to come home and win it to complete that for the Grand Slam. Is on the cards, and for the first round of the season, Collins in the Ferrari will complete that Grand Slam and wins the Singapore Grand Prix. He takes P1 from Passy 2nd place. Lovely stuff, lovely jubbly. Collins takes the win in Singapore. Passy 2nd place. Ollie Jelly over the line will come home in 3rd on the final spot on the podium. Speed Freak 4, Andrew Pittsmith will take 5 then, ladies and gentlemen. 6 is Percival once he gets there, but a few penalties, then he's going to throw a spanner in the works. But yes, we're going to get some interviews in a moment. Race winner Collins, fastest lap Collins, driver of the day, Speed Freak, most overtakes Lee Q. Cleanest driver is Collins, complete Grand Slam. What a drive. Collins wins the Singapore Grand Prix then from Passy second place, third place Ollie Jelly, then it is 4 Speed Freak, 5 ladies and gentlemen Andrew Pittsmith, 6 Perceivable, 7 Lee Q, 8 Stray Dog, 9 is Red, 10 is Fatality, then 11 Saint Power, 12 Don Pedrito, and 13 is Pepe's, ladies and gentlemen.